I found the letter the day after the divorce was finalized. It was tucked inside an old copy of The Art of War, Claire's favorite book, left behind in the emptied-out study. The envelope was thick, cream-colored, sealed with a wax stamp. My name was written in her sharp, elegant script. I almost burned it unopened. But curiosity is a cruel thing. Inside was a single sheet of paper, dated the day before our wedding. If you're reading this, you finally figured it out. Took you long enough. My hands shook. Because the rest of the letter? It wasn't an apology. It was a confession. The sun blazed gold over the vineyard, casting long shadows across the rows of perfectly aligned chairs. Laughter bubbled in the air, champagne flutes clinked, and the scent of roses hung heavy, like fate itself had perfumed the breeze. I stood at the altar, watching her walk toward me. Claire. Her dress was ivory silk, her smile radiant, her eyes locked onto mine with a devotion that made my chest ache. The string quartet played Pachelbel's Canon in D, and in that moment, I believed, truly believed, that nothing could ever break us. But then, she spoke her vows. I vow to love you fiercely, even when love feels like war. A murmur of admiration swept through the crowd. How poetic, they thought. How passionate. But I heard the warning. Because Claire didn't say things by accident. I should have known then. I should have run. For the first 3 months, everything was perfect. Claire woke me with coffee every morning, her lips brushing my temple as she whispered, "Good morning, my love." She remembered my favorite meals, my childhood stories, even the way I liked my socks folded. It was too perfect. The first red flag came in Greece, during our honeymoon. We were at a seaside taverna, sharing grilled octopus and white wine, when a woman approached our table. "Excuse me," she said, her French accent soft. "Do I know you from somewhere?" Before I could answer, Claire's hand clamped over mine, her nails digging in just enough to sting. "No," Claire said, smiling sweetly. "You don't." The woman hesitated, then walked away. Later, in our hotel room, Claire traced the marks she'd left on my skin. "You're mine," she murmured. "Only mine." I thought it was passion. I was wrong. 6 months in, I realized what she meant by love like war. Our fights weren't just disagreements, they were battles. Claire didn't raise her voice. She didn't need to. Her words were precision strikes, each one landing exactly where it would hurt most. "You're just like your father," she whispered one night after I forgot our anniversary. "All charm, no loyalty." I flinched. My father had walked out when I was 8. That was the first time I wondered, did she always know how to break me? But the real turning point came when my best friend, Mark, stopped returning my calls. "He's busy," Claire said, shrugging. "People grow apart." Then I found the texts. "Stay away from him," she'd written from my phone. "He doesn't need you." When I confronted her, she just smiled. "I told you," she said. "Love is war." By year 2, the balance had tipped. Claire controlled everything, the finances, the social calendar, even my friendships. "You don't need them," she'd say, smiling as she deleted texts from my oldest buddy. "You have me." I should have fought back. But love makes you stupid. Then came the night I found the journal. Her handwriting was elegant, deliberate. "He doesn't see it yet. But he will. Love is war, and wars are won by those who strike first." My blood turned to ice. Because beneath that entry was a list. Assets. Bank accounts. My social security number. And at the bottom, circled in red ink. Prenup, find the loophole. I hired a private investigator. Turns out, Claire had done this before. 2 ex-husbands. Both left penniless. Both too ashamed to speak up. The first one, Daniel, had a nervous breakdown after she drained his trust fund. The second, Richard, lost his law firm when she leaked fabricated scandals to the press. "She's good," the investigator said, sliding a folder across the table. "But not perfect. Inside was a photo of Claire, 10 years younger, standing beside a man I didn't recognize. Her first husband. The one whose name wasn't on any legal record. The one who disappeared. I filed first. The courtroom was silent as the judge read the verdict. Claire's face, usually so composed, twisted in shock as she realized I'd outplayed her. Hidden assets. Recorded conversations. A prenup she never thought I'd enforce. As I walked out, I finally understood the lesson buried in her vows. Love isn't war. War has rules. Years later, I stood at another wedding, my sister's. When the officiant asked for the vows, the groom smiled and said, "I vow to love you gently. Because love shouldn't leave scars." And for the first time in years, I believed in happy endings.